Can you believe this is the penultimate episode of the Vampire Diaries? Hi everyone, let's talk about the Vampire Diaries Season 8, Episode 15, We're Planning a June Wedding. First, some quick thoughts. I was happy to hear a mention of Valerie and that she put a protection spell around the twins. I just wish we had actually seen her. I was like, oh, Valerie, I want to see her again. But I guess, you know, she's not really gonna go to Stefan and Caroline's wedding. That would be awkward. In this episode, we also find a way to potentially kill Katherine and possibly destroy that hell. The way that Cain's weapon worked is that it was made of his bones fused together into glass. So if we fuse Katherine's bones together, then we can possibly get a weapon, and it sounds like Matt's father has done that. We're just not sure what the weapon is at this point and if he really completed it, but it's potentially out there and available to kill Katherine. My only thing is, since killing Cade didn't actually destroy hell, which he technically created, I'm not sure that killing Katherine would necessarily destroy the hell either. Logically, if you kill the creator of hell and that doesn't destroy hell, I would think that whoever else you kill will just, you know, someone else will take over. Moving on to Stefan and Caroline's wedding. Now, I have to say, you know, it was nice and all, but to me, it felt a little bit rushed in the way that it happened, where they were like, okay, well, let's try to draw Katherine out. Let's get married. I'm like, okay, well, this whole time I'm kind of feeling the pressure of like, is Katherine gonna come and ruin everything? And I couldn't really enjoy the wedding the same way that if they had done it without the pressure of trying to capture Katherine. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but something that Caroline said during her vows and that, you know, she knew the moment she saw Stefan, and maybe I got this wrong, but it sounded like she was saying the moment she saw him, she kind of knew that they were gonna end up together, or it started, you know, when she met this new mysterious guy. When this whole thing started, Stefan was like Elena's boyfriend. So are you saying you were already kind of, I mean, isn't it weird that she's saying she already kind of knew that they would end up together then? It's like, wait a minute, it's kind of messed up. Maybe I'm not understanding what she meant, but I was just kind of like, what? Moving on to Bonnie and Enzo, as you know, my favorites, always. I'm not too happy because Bonnie had to say goodbye to Enzo, and at this point I'm thinking, well, where is he going though? If you can't see him anymore, if you have to let him go, is he going to hell? Is he going to, how are you gonna find him again? Just saying. But interestingly enough, it seems that Bonnie still has her power. She needed the twins to kind of trigger her power, or for something really emotional to trigger it, so maybe it's not the same as it used to be, but I'm wondering if that's gonna come into play in the last episode. But then again, the bell seemed to affect her, so is Bonnie dead, or is Bonnie about to die? And could that be the way that Elena wakes up and then she goes and meets, you know, Enzo wherever he is, and they live happily ever after in the afterlife kind of thing? Because I guess I'd be okay with that. You know, as long as they're together, I'm happy. Let's talk about Katherine's plan and the involvement of Matt's mom. Did she kill the father? I mean, I guess he's still sort of alive, or maybe he died, or yeah, I guess he died, right? Because Matt came back to the party, and obviously he wouldn't have left his father if his father was still alive. So pretty much she killed Matt's dad. I mean, Matt literally this season does not get any break. And to make matters worse, his sister is coming back from hell as well to ring the bell that will destroy the entire town. Yay! I personally am a bit disappointed that Vicki is the one that they decided to bring back in this episode, because we kind of saw her already in Damon's mind. So I thought that was going to be kind of her comeback. Because to be honest, I was never a big fan of the Vicki character, and for her to be the act that brings on, you know, the end of Mystic Falls, I was just like, oh, really? Oh, it's kind of disappointing because I don't really care for her. I wanted to see Katherine, you know, I wanted to see someone else. Bring Klaus back. I guess he's dealing with this whole thing on the originals, but you know, bring someone that had a bigger impact throughout the seasons. Bring back Jeremy, bring back, I don't know, someone. Am I the only one who feels that way? I was not really feeling the whole Vicki twist thing. The title of the episode, We're Planning a June Wedding, is a line from Caroline in the pilot episode of the series. Next week is the final episode of the series, and to be quite honest, I didn't love this episode. And for it to be the penultimate episode leading to the series finale, I kind of expected a little bit more. So I'm really hoping that next week we'll wrap things up. I mean, we know that Nina Dobrev will be making a comeback as Elena. So I'm really looking forward to that. And also Julie Plec and Kevin Williamson are the ones that wrote the final episode. So I'm very hopeful that it will be good. But, you know, this episode just didn't work for me. I would love to hear if you felt kind of the same way that I did about the episode and about Vicky's return and all of that. Let me know in the comments. I should also mention that there have been a lot of things burning up in this week's TV show episodes. Like, what is up with that? We are burning down the house all over the place.